my dear students. Today we are going to start the next chapter, that is chapter 16, probability. Probability you studied in 8th class, 9th class, 10th. So in 11th also, first we'll continue with the old concepts which you studied there. So there are two methods to calculate the probability of an event. First is what? We will do the experiment. Okay, so we'll perform the experiment and we will write down the outcomes there. Suppose you toss a coin there. Suppose you toss a coin 100 times and then head occurs 64 times and tail occurs 36 times. So what you did? You performed the experiment there. So we can write down there what will be the probability of obtaining head. That will be equal to 64 by 100, and then probability of obtaining tail will be equal to 36 by 100. So in this type, when we are doing the question of this type, what we did? We performed the experiment and based on that we wrote the probability of the event. So this is called statistical approach of probability. What is called statistical approach of probability, where we are defining the result based on the data collected there. Clear? Okay. But now when we are doing the question, we are not calculating, we are not performing the experiment. Like when we are saying a die is thrown there, we are writing the possible outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we are taking each outcome. The possibility of each outcome is same, means we are giving equal preference to all the outcomes there. Correct? So this is called empirical or axiomatic approach of probability, and we have to study this approach only. So now you know, when we are writing the outcomes there, the total possible outcomes, whatever events are there, first we are writing what is the total possible outcomes. Correct? Total possible outcomes. Now we will consider the outcomes, we will convert as set notation there. The possible outcomes we will write in terms of set notation, and that total possible outcomes will be equal to sample space. Total possible outcomes, now we will call it as sample space, and the sample space is denoted by the letter S. What are the total possible outcomes are there, that we will write as set notation. So sample space, and when we will write down the sample space there, each outcome is called a sample point. Each outcome here, that is called a sample point. So in this topic, what we will discuss today, we will discuss how to write down the sample space for the given event. Okay, so now already questions are there with you. I will read the question and then we will write down the sample space for the given condition. So first one is written, a coin is tossed 2 times. A coin is tossed 2 times, or how we can say it differently? Yes, 2 coins are tossed together, same meaning only. Okay, a coin is tossed 2 times or 2 coins are tossed together. So when 2 coins are tossed together, what can be the possible outcome? Yes, in both the coins head can come. So one possibility HH, or what can come? Yes, it can be equal to head and tail, or it can be equal to tail head, or it can be equal to tail tail. So these are the possible outcomes we have. Now what we will do? We'll write down these outcomes as set notation. So just to put a set notation here, and this is total outcomes is denoted by S, sample space of the given event. Clear how to write down the sample space? Okay. Now we can check the next question. This much only we have to write at present. The question is that only. Describe the sample space for the following. Okay. So first one is over. Now second one, it is written, from a group of 2 boys and 3 girls. How many boys are there? 2 boys. So you can name it as boy 1, boy 2, and 3 girls are there. So G1, G2, G3 we can write down. And it is written 2 children are selected. Out of these 5 we have to select only 2 children. Now we can check how that can come. Okay. So 2 children are selected. So either both can be boys or both can be girls, or it can be boys girls combination there. So we will write down. First I am taking B1. Suppose B1 is selected. What are the other possibilities we have B1, B2 can be one possibility, or it can be equal to B1, G1, or it can be equal to B1, G2, B1, G3. Or if I selected the second ball, then it will come B2, G1, B2, G2, B2, G3. So these are the total outcomes which are possible there. So we are selecting here. So ordering is not important there. You just have to select. So this is the sample space for the given event. Okay. Now third question is written there. A coin is tossed and a die is thrown there. A coin is tossed. So when you will toss a coin, what will come? Either head will come or tail will come. So suppose first we got a head there. After that what we did? So I toss a coin, head occur. After that what I have to do? Yes, I have to throw a die there. So if I will throw a die, what can be the possibilities? Either 1 can come, 2 can come, in this way till 6 can come. So with this head, what are the pairs which can come? Yes, it can be equal to H comma 1, H comma 2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So if head occurs, then with head we have these many combination there. Same combination will come with tail also. So that also we will write down here. All possible outcomes we have to write in sample space. So T3, T4, T5, T6. So these are the sample elements of the sample space. Clear how to write down the sample space? Okay. Now we can check the next question. In question number 4, it is written a coin is tossed twice. If the second throw results in a tail, a die is thrown. What they said? A coin is tossed twice, and then you have to check if the second throw result in a tail there. If head is there, then no condition is given. So if head is there, then directly we can write down there. So suppose a coin is tossed twice. What can be? Second throw only we have to check when second throw is a tail. So first we can write down the condition in which in second throw tail is not there. So first one it can be equal to HH or it can be equal to TH. So that we wrote as it is there. Now if the second throw results in a tail, so one possibility will be this one, HT. Then what we have to do? We have to throw a die. So with this, what can be the possibility? It can be equal to HT1, HT2, HT3, HT4, HT5, or it can be equal to HT6. If the second throw is a tail, then you have to throw a die. So with this tail, all possibilities can come. In the same way, one more possibility is there, that is tail, tail. In this also, in the second throw, what we got? We got a tail. Then again we have to throw a die. So it will be equal to TT1, TT2, TT3, TT4, TT5 and TT6. So this is the sample space. Okay. Now next one, question number 5. In question number 5, it is written a coin is tossed. If it shows a tail, we draw a ball from a box which contains 2 red and 3 black balls. So just to check, a coin is tossed. So if you want, you can write down here. A coin is tossed, the possibility is either head will come or tail will come. And then it is saying if it shows a tail, we have to draw a ball from a box which contains 2 red and 3 black balls. If it shows a tail, then we have to draw a ball which contains 2 red. So for our simplification, we can write it as R1, R2 and 3 black balls. So B1, B2, B3. In this way, if you will represent, then it will be easy for you to write down the sample space. And if it shows a head, then what we have to do? We have to throw a die there. So when we will throw a die, what can be the possibilities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we can check how to write down the sample space there. So if head occurs, then we have to throw the die. So with head, what can be the possibilities? H1 or it can be H2. So just write down here. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. This can be the possibility. Then when tail is there, then we have to select a ball there. So that ball can be R1, can be R2. So we have to write down all the possibilities. So just write down there TR1, TR2, TB1, TB2, TB3. So this will be the sample space for the given event. Clear? Okay. Now we can check the next question. In question number 6, it is written there, a box contains 1 white and 3 identical black balls. So what is the meaning of identical? Identical meaning? Yes, identical twins. Twins means what? Yes, we cannot differentiate between them. So here also a box contains 1 white ball. So W only we can take, and 3 identical black balls means we cannot select there which ball we are taking. So as in the previous one we are writing ball 1, ball 2, ball 3. In that way we cannot write down for this sample space. 2 balls are drawn at random. So now we can check what can be the possibility. 2 balls we are taking. So either one can be white, one can be equal to black, or it can be both can be equal to black, or first black and then white. So these are the total possibilities. Okay. Now next question is question number 7. A coin is tossed repeatedly until a head comes up there. Now in this also you have to take all the possibilities there. So you are tossing a coin there. So suppose head occurs first only. Then what you have to do? You have to stop tossing there. Okay. Now suppose you toss a coin there and first what you got? You got tail. Then what you have to do? Yes, you have to toss it again because we want a head there. Suppose in the second throw you got a head. Then we have to stop there. Or I tossed the coin, first I got tail, again I got tail, then I got head there. So this can be one possibility, or it can be in this way only tail, 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 and head occurs 4th time. So in this way how many possible outcomes are possible? Infinite outcomes are possible. So that we can write down in this way because we studied about infinite sets also. Clear? Okay. Now we can check the next question. In question number 8 it is written, an experiment consists of recording boy-girl composition of families with 2 children. What is the sample space if we are interested in knowing whether it is a boy or girl in the order of their birth? So an experiment consists of recording boy-girl combination. Boy-girl combination of families with 2 children there. So if 2 children are there, how we can write down the sample space for that? Yes, both can be boys, or one can be boy or second can be girl. Now here it is written, if we are interested in the order of their birth. So first boy, second one is girl, or it can be opposite, first girl, second boy, or both can be girl. So this is the total possible outcomes there. And now in this only second part is written, if we are interested in the number of girls in the family. In the second one we don't want the order there, we just want the number of girls in the family. So if you will check this one, what will be the number of girls? 0. If you will check any of this family, then number of girls will be equal to 1, or number of girls can be equal to 2. So this will be the maximum possible outcomes there. So this will be the sample space for the given experiment. Clear? Okay. Now the next question. In question number 9 it is written, suppose 3 bulbs are selected from a lot. Each bulb is tested and classified as defective and non-defective. So we selected the bulb and then either it will be defective or it will be non-defective there. And how many bulbs we are selecting? We are selecting 3 bulbs there. So we can check how we can write down the sample space there. So either 3 can be defective, so we can write down there all the 3 are defective, or 2 defective and 1 is non-defective. So D, D, N. Here ordering we can change there. Okay, so it will be equal to second, we can write it this way. Then what will come? N can be first, non-defective, and then 2 defective. So 2 defective and 1 is non-defective. Now we will take 1 defective and 2 non-defective. So it will be equal to D and N, or you can just change the order N, D, N, or it can be equal to N, N, D. And last will come, all the 3 are non-defective. So this will be the sample space for the given experiment. Clear? Okay. Now we can check the next one. In the 10th one it is written the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4 are written separately on 4 slips of paper. A person draws 2 slips from the box, one after the other without replacement there. Okay, so now we have to write the sample space for this one. So what can be our numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. So without replacement means if you have selected 1, then again you cannot select 1 because that slip is over there. So what can be the possible sample space there? With 1 it can be 2. Okay, so either it can be 1, 2 or it can be 1, 3 or it can be equal to 1, 4. So first part is over. Now suppose that first I selected the slip 2. So with 2 what can be the possible outcomes? Yes, it can be equal to 2, 1. Whether 2, 2 will come? No, because 2 already we selected and replacement is not there. So it will be equal to 2, 3, then it will be equal to 2, 4. In this way, if first I selected 3, then what will come? 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4. Then last one it will be equal to 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. So total sample space for the given event. So I think how to write down the sample space is clear to you, because to do the next exercise first we have to write down what will be the sample space, and based on that only we can find the probability of the event. Okay, so all of you, your first exercise 16.1 is based on this concept only. You have to write down the sample space for the given event. Some questions already I discussed in the class, so that questions you can avoid, and for make your calculation easy, you just don't write down the question, you just put the question number and write down the sample space for that. So exercise 16.1 you can do. Okay, so do the question, and in case of any doubt you can ask.